This is verse 12 of the 7th chapter, the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus has been counseling people not to be overly critical of their neighbor until they've made sure their own heart is right. Get the log out of your own eye, of course, before you go after some speck in your neighbor's eye. And in that connection, he encourages his followers to ask of God, presumably the wisdom, but of course it's a wide open request: ask, seek, and knock. And then in that connection, he reaches rather a conclusion to the entire discussion, in which he gives us what is commonly called the golden rule. So we have panta. Panta is an adjective. It means all or every. The forms of it: pas, pasa, or pan. This is the neuter plural, of course, and then the accusative here. So all things, we would say, postpositive un. Hosa is a pronoun. Means usually along with ian, something like whatsoever. Very expansive idea. It'll take the subjunctive. So therefore, all things whatsoever. And then thelete, from thelo, I wish or I want. This is the second person plural, present active subjunctive. So whatsoever things you want, desire, hina, again takes the subjunctive, and here we have the subjunctive poiosin. This is from poiao. It means to make or to do, present active subjunctive. So whatever things you want that someone should do to or for you. This is the dative. It's the indirect object. Second person plural pronoun, so whatever you want them to do for you. And then the subject of the idea is anthropoi or anthropoi. This is the word for man, of course. Whatever you want men that they should do for you. Hutos. Thus is the idea, indeclinable adverb. Notice Jesus doesn't say something like tauta, these things, as if to say whatever you'd like for someone to do to you, you go and do that precise thing, which would be a rather misleading rule, but rather he wants us to act in a way that is in accord with that, a principle of behaving toward others with the attitude that I would like them to behave toward me. So hutos, thus, kai, the connective, also humes. This is the second person nominative plural pronoun. So thus also you, poieta. Same word here, poieo, to make or to do. This is the second person plural present active imperative. So you also do to them. Of course, the familiar statement of the golden rule. The way you'd like someone to treat you is the principle upon which you should be treating them. Gar, the postpositive hutos, for hutos, this, demonstrative pronoun, this. Estin, this is the third person singular, present active indicative of me, I am, so this is. And then ho nomos, this is the law. Kai hoi prophetai, and the prophets, as if to distill all of the great pronouncements that are found in the law and the prophets throughout the Old Testament. If we could boil it down to one simple proposition, it would reduce to this: that the way in which I would like others to treat me is the principle on which I should be treating them. And of course that rule has stood the test of time, and you'll hear it not only in Christian circles or religious circles, but commonly expressed as an ideal by which we should govern our lives.